Hey folks, welcome back. It's been a long time since I did a video, a couple of months. I apologize about that, guys. Life has been busy, and as you can see, so have the rabbits. They've been quite busy. I have probably about 20 rabbits in this main pen that have all reached butcher weight and need to be butchered. They're all actually a little bit past butcher weight. I have been working 50-hour weeks pretty much every week, sometimes 60-hour weeks, and just doesn't leave a whole lot of time to really focus on anything else. And that's why there hasn't been a video for a while, so I apologize. I also haven't had time to butcher any rabbits, so they are just kind of growing like crazy in here. Sal has made lots and lots and lots of babies. So I think there's about 20 rabbits in here that need to be butchered or sold. And then there's my 4 adult breeders right there with the gray dewlap. That's Sal. He's the oldest rabbit in my herd. He's one of the originals that I got like 4 years ago, and he is the father to all of these rabbits in here. The females are doing good. Snow White has been having a bit of an issue for the past 6 months or so, and I think I may have touched on this in other videos, but last fall she developed a lump on her side. It wasn't cancer, it was some kind of an infection. I think maybe she had a bot fly larva in her skin at some point, and I think that the hole that it was in got infected. I drained it several times, but it kept healing back over, and when it would heal over, then it couldn't seep, and all the fluid would build up inside of it, and it kept getting bigger and bigger. I lanced it once, and couldn't really... It wasn't a very successful lancing. I only made a very small hole, and she kind of started freaking out. But then about a week later, there was a much bigger hole. It looked like she chewed it open, and all of the pus came out on its own, and the lump is a lot smaller now. So that's good news, because it was getting quite large. And I don't see her right now. I was going to show you the lump. It was so big, I almost gave it a name. I was starting to call her Snow White and the Snowball, because it was huge. It was like a softball-sized lump on her side, but it's a lot better now, so that's good. But she must be hiding at the moment. Here's some little bitty guys up here. They're probably about 5 weeks old. There's only 4 of them. We had a lot of rain a couple weeks ago, and it drowned some of the nests that were in this hillside, but these 4 survived. So between those 4 little guys, the approximate 20 butcher weight rabbits in here, and the 4 breeders in here, we have about 28. We'll just round it up and say 30 rabbits in this pen right now, which is really just too many. Oh, here's Snow White. Let's see if we can look on her other side and you can see the lump. A little bit graphic because of where she bit it open. It's kind of bloody, but I don't know if you could really see that at all. It's pretty gross looking, but it's healing up. It's looking a lot better. It's still a big bump, but it's much smaller than it was. Yeah, you can see that bump on her side right there. It's looking much, much better. Really glad to see that, because I was not having a lot of success myself. Need to clean out in here. I know I told you guys, a lot of you guys, that this video was coming out over the weekend, but silly me, I forgot that we had a wedding to go to and it was Mother's Day, and I just wasn't thinking. I didn't have time to do it this weekend, so hopefully Monday night will be okay for you guys. Sorry about that. But yeah, we've been having to fill this feeder up every single day. There's so many rabbits in here, they empty it out pretty quickly. I've also been keeping Timothy hay and alfalfa in these shelters in the upstairs. I call it the hayloft area. This is alfalfa right now. We've been alternating between alfalfa and Timothy. But yeah, it's they're breeding like crazy. This colony pen is really working well. So I'm... Oops, looks like I lost flash. There we go. Still got my headlamp. We're running low on battery, so I'm gonna have to speed this video along. I promise I'll do a more updated, or a more comprehensive update soon. This one's just kind of a rush job because I promised you guys something this weekend and I didn't come through. So just a quick little update. We'll do more soon. Got the grapevine growing back. It's nice and healthy this year. It'll probably cover this whole thing this year. Probably have to figure out a way to reinforce the frame so it doesn't collapse under the weight of the grapevine. Coming over to the mobile pen. Let me just close up this. We've got a lot more rabbits over here. This section is the doors closed off. This is a litter that was born in here, and I've separated them from the parents, so they're growing out in this cage. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. Oh geez, I just filled their water up, and of course they've peed in it immediately. That's the problem with rabbits this size. They have no concept of keeping their area sanitary. The older ones kind of potty train themselves and stick to a corner and don't really soil their water too often, but the little guys got to change this water pretty regularly. Got some older rabbits in here. These rabbits are coming up on a year old. There's just 4 of them left that never got butchered, and I just kind of kept them around because I wasn't sure what was going to happen with Snow White and her lump situation, and I just like to have some backups on hand. But at this point I need to find homes for them, and I'm going to uncover this tractor because I want to show you something. We have another nest box in here, and they just had babies last night, and it looks like 2 females had babies in the same nest, because there are 19 babies in this one nest box. It'll be interesting to see how many of them survive. If they have 2 mothers helping to nurse, then they might actually all make it. If only one mother is taking care of this nest, I'm almost certain we'll lose some, because I've never heard of one female being able to raise 19 babies. She just wouldn't be able to produce enough milk to do something like that. Alrighty, bear with me. Try to open this with one hand here. Hey girls. And these girls got pregnant because I had a male in here and I didn't realize it. So unfortunately, it was sibling to sibling mating, but the babies look healthy, and there are a ton of them. Mama's not too happy about me looking at this nest. Hopefully she's not gonna bite me. Pull this out a little bit so you can see them, but they're cute when they're this size. They may have been born the night before last because they are kind of fuzzy already. Happens pretty quick. I'm not going to disturb the whole nest, but there are 19 of them in here. I counted earlier today, so that's pretty crazy. And you can see how much fur is in here, and they're all throughout this box. So I think 2 females collaborated on this nest, which is kind of unique. And then there's another nest over here. These guys are about 4 weeks old. Well, probably more like 3 weeks old. There's 12 of them in there, so that's kind of crazy. There's a couple of runts that may not make it, but so far they're doing okay. Here's 3 of my females. on this side. The other one was hiding over there by behind the nest box. But yeah, the 4 of them in here get along real well. And this is a 6 by 6 foot cage, so it's a decent amount of square footage, but it's a little bit small to have all these rabbits in here. I've got Craigslist ads up for all these little babies, so hopefully we can sell some instead of having to wait for all these to get to butcher weight, because this is going to be a lot of rabbits to butcher. Too many. Way too many. So let's see here, between all the babies, there's 12 in that nest box back there, there's 8 in here, so that's 20. There's another 20 in that nest box, so that's 40, plus the 4 females in here, 44. Add that to the 30 that's in here, and we're looking at about 75 rabbits. And then we've got four little fellas in this cage, and this is a 6 foot long cage by 2 foot for only 4 rabbits, so they have a pretty decent amount of space in here. And then we have our 1 buck in here, and he's the guy that got the females in the mobile pen pregnant, because I misidentified his gender when he was younger, so that was my fault. So yeah, these 4 plus that buck, plus all these guys, plus all these guys, I'm looking at about 80 rabbits right now, which is crazy. It's way more rabbits than I've ever had. They're reproducing way faster than I could have anticipated, and it's my own fault too for having a male in here with these females. I just overlooked it, guys. I've been too busy lately. I haven't been putting my full concentration onto these rabbits. I've just been coming out and feeding and watering them and trying to scoop the poop out of their cage as often as possible, and yeah, I let it slip. So yeah, if you let rabbits breed at their own pace and you don't pay attention, you're gonna have more than you want soon enough. So that's what's happened here. I need to get my numbers under control. Need to get a handle back on my rabbitry, because it's kind of run itself off the rails. Well, I guess it's not off the rails because nothing's really gone wrong yet. They're all still healthy and reproducing like crazy, so they're doing just fine. But for me, it's just way too much. It's going to be way too much to butcher all these on my own, so I am trying to sell as many as I can on Craigslist right now. But I don't know if any of you have ever done Craigslist, but it's really frustrating. People ask a lot of questions and then flake out and never follow through with buying, so it's been frustrating. But on the last video, gosh, like 2 months ago, I was spreading rabbit poop all across the yard and putting seed down. I told you we'd check back in and see how that was doing, and gosh, I know it's dark. I waited too long to take this video, but if you can see, the grass is looking really good, very thick. I'm letting it get tall back here before I mow it down so that the roots can get real strong. It looks like a darn hayfield back here. I was thinking about coming out here with like some kind of a blade and cutting down as much of this tall grass by hand as I can. Feed it to the rabbits instead of mulching it up with the lawnmower. But I don't know, we'll see. I may not have time for that. But guys, I sure appreciate you guys being patient. I know a lot of you have been waiting for a video for a long time, and it's totally my fault for not making the time to just come out here and make an update video. But what can I say? Been busy, like I said, but I will try to do better, guys. We'll have more updates a little bit more frequently going forward, hopefully, if life calms down a little bit. I'm possibly looking for a different job where I won't have to work such crazy hours, so we'll see if that happens. That would be nice. But I'm about out of batteries, guys, so we better wrap it up before this video just cuts off dead. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. I'll have update videos coming out soon, because I do need to make Sal his own pen, separate him from the females, and control this breeding situation a little bit better than I have been. So I got to get that done soon, so you can expect an update video as soon as that happens. So until next time, guys, have a good one.